Okay, Cancer. So the Five of Spring energy. Well, first of all, it's a five card. So for me, fives do indicate tremendous change. And what we see here are these two fairies who are fighting, right? But they're not fighting with swords. They're basically fighting kind of with. It's kind of like touch football, It's they're fighting with flowers. So even though you are maybe experiencing this week some uh, conflict within yourself or with someone in your environment, either at work or at home, it's going to be kind of a soft landing. It's more conflict that's annoying, that kind of gets under your skin, that's irritating, that's bothersome, but it's not life altering. It's not going to injure you terribly, but it's going to be some annoyances. And we do see, though, that because one fairy has his feet in the water and the other one is on the land, it's kind of like between your heart and your head a little bit. So it could be energy that you are experiencing within yourself as this change energy kind of permeates your week. Maybe you're considering making a change, or maybe you've recently made a change and you're not quite sure. Maybe someone in your environment isn't liking the change they see in you, but it's going to be okay. This card just sort of indicates that there might be a little bit of conflict, but it's not anything that's really long lasting. It's more transitory. And if you can kind of have fun with it and figure out a way to turn this kind of conflicting energy into a more playful way, kind of you can see these fairies, they're kind of smiling, a little bit of a grimace, but if you can make it a little bit more playful and have a lighter touch when you are experiencing the conflict, either within yourself, try to have a sense of humor about it, like, oh yeah, here I am, I have this great opportunity, but I'm not going with my intuition, or maybe I'm being too emotional, I need to be more logical. Have some humor about it. And this card encourages you to have more play and have it be more of a playful kind of conflict, as opposed to digging your feet in and really, getting out the big guns, so to speak. But let's draw a couple cards just to get more information. I think I'll go with the fairy messages. All right, so whatever change this is that you have going on, this is such a beautiful card. It says healing, healed, healer. It's all about healing. I mean, look at this. It's just this is such a beautiful, that purple energy. It really reminds me of Saint Germain and the violet flame energy. So, and this feels very purpley with these purple flowers. So there's a lot of healing energy around this situation, whatever this conflict is. And for some reason, I kind of get the feeling that it's within yourself, because this card does kind of show that for me when it comes up. But allow yourself to kind of heal yourself, and allow whatever healing energy or healing balm comes into your life, to allow it to kind of soothe and smooth over this situation. It's really such beautiful energy. I think I'll pull from the numerology deck. More purple energy. Okay, so here we have compassion. So have compassion for yourself as you go through these changes. If you are kind of having that back and forth between your heart and your head, have compassion with yourself. That's just you being a little bit resistant to the change, that's entering your life this week. But it's okay. Sometimes we do have that kind of kickback a little bit. Like maybe the change wasn't something we initially wanted consciously, but we did manifest it. So it is for our greatest good. And just have compassion with yourself. And if the other person is having trouble with the changes that you're making, have compassion for them too. Sometimes not everyone's aware of our process. So when we do change, sometimes for people looking from the outside, it's like, what happened? You used to be this one way. But meanwhile, internally, you've been shifting incrementally, so it feels natural to you. But to other people, sometimes it feels really like a tremendous change. So have compassion for yourself, have compassion for the other person, and allow this beautiful healing energy to kind of permeate your situation. It really is lovely, lovely energy. Cancer. It feels very watery too. It feels very emotionally just, I don't know. It doesn't feel rigid. It just feels very, like a lot of movement, which, with Cancer, you are a water sign, and it does feel like it is fluid. Let's put it that way. It's going to be fluid. Whatever this conflict is, it's going to be fluid. It's not going to be long lasting. So I hope you have a wonderful week, Cancer, and I'll see you next week.